Alright, this guy just had to hack a 4.3u Wii. First off, go into your Wii options, Wii settings. Try and blaze through this because there's a lot of info. Go in the internet section, go to console information, and write this number down, your MAC address for your wireless card. Go to this website, please.hackme.com, and input your MAC address from your Wii. Confirmation code. And you can click on either one of these buttons. It's going to download the files that you need. Alright, that's downloaded. So let's extract this. I'm going to dump this right onto our SD card. I've got a 4 gig. And that's not it. That's it. Dump that on. You're going to take your SD card out of your computer, throw it back onto your Wii, restart your Wii, and go into the messages section. And usually it's the message from the day before, so it's not this one. Let's go back. Let's go back to the next one. And there's our LetterBomb. Alright, this is the screen you should see. Right here. This takes a while actually. I skipped ahead. So here's the loader, the Hackme installer. Just hit continue. And first thing we want to do is install the Homebrew channel. Go to yes. And this is what you should see. Success. We'll go back. Next thing, install bootme as iOS. And say yes. Yes. And this is the screen you should see here. Success. Alright, cool. So now it'll restart and you should get the Homebrew channel. Of course it's blank because we don't have any apps loaded on our SD card yet. So the first thing we want to do is load the Homebrew Browser and go to pause the video, go to the website in the URL field up there and just text search for Homebrew Browser. What this will do is it's an app that you run in the Homebrew channel. It'll connect through the internet and download a list of available Homebrew applications, games, emulators, media players, stuff that other people have written. Let's go and extract this particular folder right into our apps folder on the SD card. I'm not really going to go into too much detail about the Homebrew Browser, except for the fact that you can download Homebrew applications and games and emulators with it. Figure it out. Take your SD card, pop it back in, and launch Homebrew channel. And you'll see an entry. This is our first app. We're going to go ahead and launch that. Click it, click load. And for sanity purposes, I'm going to show you everything that it's going to do to make sure that it loads properly on your machine. You should see exactly this. And this will take a minute. It's going to actually download the entire browser, but it only does this once. I gotta do a review on that Retron 3 soon. funny because I found this disc in my buddy's Wii kit fit. It only works on kids. Alright. It's extracting. Extracting. Sorry for the lengthy load time, just want to make sure everybody has a clear idea of what they're supposed to see. Should be done here in just a second. There we go. Alright, I'll go ahead and launch it, show it to you for about 2 seconds. This is it. You can select any of these categories and download the stuff. The next thing we need to do is install iOS 2.3.6, I believe. And same thing, go to the URL, grab the file, extract it to your SD card. Okay. And it's going to be here in the Homebrew Browser. Go ahead and launch a iOS 2.3.6 installer. Hit load. Alright, and it's going to take you to the installer here. Now, I'm not entirely sure if there's better ways to do this. I just know this is what I did, and this is what worked for me. So we're going to press 1 on your controller. And it's going to say patching iOS. You can choose from SD card, USB, or download. I'm going to download mine. That will grab the latest. And it should be done here in just a second. And that's it. I'm gonna hit A. Hit A. It's gonna install. So after this, we're actually gonna put in the 2.4.9 iOS. And like I said, I'm not an expert on this. I just know this is what worked for me. So we're going to go back here, copy the URL, and grab this particular file. This is going to be the 2.4.9 installer. We need this one as well. I don't know why my video capture from the desktop is glitching out. You'll see this has to be installed to the apps folder as well. So let's dump this. Right back into the apps folder. Right there, boom. Click. Okay, back to the Homebrew. You'll see iOS installer, Rev 20. I think the latest is actually 21. But this one worked, so hit load. And we are getting very close. So here we're actually going to select 2.3.6. And you press left or right once. Hit A. Select 2.4.9. WAD installation, network installation. We're going to go with network. Make it a point to avoid all WADs when necessary. And this is going to patch everything else. After this, we'll be able to install USB loader and connect the hard drive and actually launch games from it. So this process takes about 30 seconds to a minute. This is exactly what you should see here. And we're almost there. And there we go. Okay, cool. Custom iOS installed successfully. That's what we want to see. On to the next bit. We're going to grab the USB loader. Again, pause the video, grab the URL, grab this file. And this is going to be copied right over, just like everything else, right into the apps folder. Alright, there we go with that. Now, you're going to need this app as well, WBFS Manager. This is going to take ISOs that you may download, or backups that you have made, and actually transfer them from your computer to the USB drive. And then you can take the USB drive, put it on the Wii, and launch games from there. Let's hit finish. This is installed. You'll see the icon in my top left corner. Go ahead and start it up. I've lost my mouse for some reason, the pointer. Let's see. So what we want to do is I'm going to click that. I'm going to go ahead and load. What we need to do is find out which drive letter my USB is. In my case, it's the K drive, so I'm going to select K, and I'm going to format it. Go ahead and hit yes. It's a blank drive, and it formats it instantly. So now I'm going to click Browse on the bottom right, and I have an ISO that a friend loaned me here, somewhere down here. I think it's Lego Pirates, which is quite fitting. Here we go. Here's the ISO, and you're just going to hit transfer. I'm actually going to rename this to Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Click transfer. This will take, depending on the speed of your drive and your USB and all that, might take 10 minutes per game. Speed this one up, and that's it. So now let's take our USB drive, and let's take our SD card, plug it all back in. This is what we got. Bonus crayon. Alright, and we're going to load that. We can actually launch USB loader right out of the Homebrew channel. Now I'll show you how to create a channel forwarder for this in another video, so you don't have to launch the Homebrew every time you want to launch USB loader. You can see it here at the top. Go ahead and launch that. And here we are. Here's our loader with our single game in here. You can see at the bottom our hard drive space available. If you click on the cover, you can actually download any of the covers that you want. Really, all you need for this particular list view is the 3D covers. You don't need anything else. I'll go ahead and grab these three anyway. It's going to download these covers no matter what the game is. You'll need to refresh the screen either by changing to another game or something like that, and the cover will pop in. So if you want to rip games while you're in USB loader, you can just pop the game disc in, and you can install the game directly to the hard drive. Let's go ahead and launch it. And this kind of concludes our tutorial. So any questions, post them down. And thanks for watching this super long video. I hope someone is able to mod their Wii after this. And enjoy.